I was sent this adapter along with a few of the Samyang lenses to review. However, after all the hoops I had to jump through to get this to work, I felt it really needs its own video about what exactly you need to be aware of before making this purchase to avoid some of the headaches I've had. The Samyang Anamorphic Adapter turns your Cine AF lenses into a 1.7 squeeze anamorphic lens. Unlike every other adapter, there is no aligning or misaligning. This thing just connects and works. Kind of. So let's begin. First of all, be aware that Sony does not let you desqueeze 1.7 times in camera. They have 1.5 and 2 times only. As you can shoot with a very wide open aperture with these lenses, I can tell you now that neither of those two built-in desqueeze options are good enough to achieve critical focus. An external monitor is required. Point number 2. Just about every single monitor in the world does not offer a 1.7 times desqueeze. I have access to Atomos Ninja, Shinobi 1 and 2 and a Mars M1, all of which don't support 1.7 times desqueeze. Lucky I was able to borrow a Field World monitor from a friend, but do check to see if your monitor does offer a 1.7 times or like a custom desqueeze before diving in. Point number 3. This adapter doesn't actually work straight out of the box or with every single Cine AF lens. The 20mm isn't an option, and the 24mm only works with APS-C sensors. But worst of all, your lenses require a firmware update to be compatible, which requires purchasing the Samyang lens station to do so. I'll add what firmware is required to each lens on screen, but if you already own some Cine AF lenses, make sure you purchase the lens station with the Anamorphic adapter. Updating the lenses is a piece of cake though. The app isn't amazing, but I managed to follow my nose blindly for the first time, so I'm sure you can too. Or if you're about to buy a Cine AF adapter kit, maybe ask your retailer if they are able to update the lenses for you. Finally, the biggest flaw is the 1.7 times squeeze itself. As these lenses are currently only made for E-mount, to which open gate isn't really an option across most bodies yet, 1.7 times squeezing a 16:9 sensor loses a lot of pixels. 1.3, 1.33 and at a push 1.5 is about as far as I'd want to squeeze anything from Sony at the moment. Here's hoping that just around the corner Sony start offering open gate cameras, but at the moment, if you need to deliver 4K content, 1.7 on Sony is just a bit too much of a squeeze. But here's the big fat glorious win for this adapter. Nearly every Samyang Cine AF lens you own, once you've jumped through those hoops, now looks gloriously more cinematic. Anamorphic is sexy, and the more you squeeze, the sexier things look. Instead of buying another whole lens range, this one adapter just works every time and is what every anamorphic adapter wishes it could be. I'll give it a 7 out of 10, but if they ever release it in a different mount, something that supports open gate, or if Sony ever release a better anamorphic themed camera, I would jump it up to an 8.8 out of 10.